Hey guys, it's Christy, and I am back today to do another card reading. My card readings are not predictions, but they are tools to ask ourselves deeper questions and get to know ourselves a little bit better. And the last few weeks, I have started putting a journaling prompt reminding you of the affirmation that our oracle card gives us, and also a meditation contemplation. And so I started to wonder what would happen if every week, because I do my videos probably 3 videos every week. Occasionally I'll have a week that I don't do any videos, but I was wondering if you guys could leave me comments if you are consistently practicing the journaling prompts and the meditations. I would love to hear about what changes those practices can bring about for you if you're doing them week to week. So my suggestion is to pick, one, two, or all three of the videos each week and do the meditation and do the journaling prompt um, at least once and see if you notice some changes start to come about. So today I'm using two of the Law of Attraction decks, the Mystic Manifesting Oracle deck, and then I'm going to throw in a mindfulness and self-care card. So I hope everyone is doing well. There's our first card. And I hope you'll hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know how this channel helps you, or gives you some insight or helps you to ask deeper questions. And I would love to hear about it. Thanks, guys. So our first card comes from the Law of Attraction deck, and it says, I let my action be action in joy. So it seems like they are directing us not just to take action, but take action once we're in a joyful place. So when we're feeling that happiness, contentment, and joy, let our action come when we're in that space, in that vibration. And here's the card. I love the imagery of the cards, and this is very joyful and free. You have intended action. Action is part of the deliciousness of your physical world, but you did not intend to create through physical bodily action. You intended to use your body to enjoy the actions that you have created through your thought. I love that. So you're using your body to enjoy the actions that you have created through your thought. And that's why they're directing us to wait until we're in a good vibration to take that action, because that's what we call inspired action, instead of just hard work, pushing through, grinding. They're saying life can be easier if we just give ourselves the permission to feel ease about things. And then when we're in a good vibration, take our action then. And it will yield us better results than if we just figure, okay, we just have to push through no matter how we're feeling, and we got to work hard and, grind all the time. So, that's where our message is beginning. I let my action be action in joy. So then, oh, I love how the cards always go together. I must be selfish enough to align with well-being. So now they're telling us, here's how we're going to do that. There's that card. So it sounds like we're going to let our action be action when we're in joy. And how are we going to be in joy? We are going to be selfish enough to get into alignment with our sense of well-being. So the card says, if you are not selfish enough to deliberately align with the energy of your source, you have nothing to give anyway. What a point that is. If you don't fill your own cup, you have nothing to give to anyone else anyway. So they're saying, take that time to fill your cup, to get into that joy by by taking care of yourself and maintaining that sense of well-being. Some worry that if they take too much of the pie, others will be left with nothing, while in reality, the pie expands in proportion to the vibrational requests of all of you. So they're also letting us know there's more than enough for all of us. And that would be um, the knowledge we would need to have a sense of well being. We don't have to rely on what others do or do not have, what others are doing or not doing. We could just take our own well being, turn that into our vibrational state, and take our action from there. And I'm sure when we do that, because of the place that we are vibrationally sitting at in that moment, we will see good things coming in and the things that we desire coming in for us. Our oracle card is Mystic Circle. Connect with ancestral wisdom and have patience on the journey. I've been getting this card a lot lately. They're calling us to have patience and a sense of ease and call on the wisdom that those before us cultivated. And the affirmation for today is I am grounded in my path. So I think what they're telling us is when you let your action come from a joyful space by taking care of yourself and getting yourself into alignment, then taking the action, then you will be grounded in your path. And the advice here is to use that ancestral wisdom, the wisdom that others before us have gained. So to me, that would be, listening to podcasts, reading books, watching YouTube videos, anything that's going to bring us into the space where that wisdom from those that came before us is shared. I am grounded in my path. Okay, so let's, I love this message for us. And I'm going to draw a card from the Mindfulness and Self Care deck and see what further advice the universe has for us. So I think ways that we can align with well being are things like quieting the mind, having that mindfulness practice, which at the end here, we're going to talk about a journaling prompt, um, which can get our minds going in the right direction to get into alignment with our sense of well being. I'm going to suggest that we meditate in some fashion. It doesn't have to be sitting on a mountaintop with your legs crossed and clearing your mind. Meditation comes in many forms. There are many ways to meditate. And so I will give a what I call a meditation contemplation. And you can utilize that contemplation in any way that you choose. We have freedom. We can decide for ourselves what we want and how we want to go about getting it. And if we choose alignment and taking action and joy, I believe we'll get what we desire. Okay, so the heart of meditation is taking ourselves a little less seriously. I love this. So it literally is saying to meditate, and that we should take from that meditation, taking life and ourselves less seriously. And I always that literally points to joy. When you allow yourself to meditate and take yourself less seriously, you're more likely to be in joy and have that sense of a feeling of well being. And then you are grounded in your path. I love this message. So, what I want to recommend as a journaling prompt is I always like to go back to the first piece of advice that they gave us. So, you have intended action. Action is part of the deliciousness of your physical world, but you did not intend to create through physical bodily action. So I would recommend that this journaling prompt be writing out an area in your life where you feel that you are trying to get ahead and take action through sheer will and hard work and just pushing through kind of vibration. So I want you to write that down. And you can pick just one area in your life, or you can jot down a few different areas where you notice that this is how you're taking your action. And then the next thing I want you to do is write down, what type of action would I take if I waited until I were in a joyful space, in a joyful vibration? What would my action look like then? This will just give you a glimpse. This will make you ask yourself the questions of how am I, just through sheer will and hard work, am I pushing through, and how could I soften that? How could I wait until I feel joy? And how do I get into joy but through meditation? So, I want to remind you, I am grounded in my path. I want you to use this affirmation throughout your day and your week. I am grounded in my path. And maybe even seek out teachings from those that came before us. Maybe once or twice this week, read a bit of a book, or watch a YouTube video. Uh, you know, watch a TED talk, whatever it is. Do one thing this week that's going to put you in touch with wisdom that came before us. That's going to lead you into how to take action in joy. And then the meditation that I would recommend for this particular message is one of experiencing joy. So, what I want you to do is get very, very comfortable by doing some deep breathing and closing your eyes, or widening your focus so you're not focused in on anything. And get yourself into a very relaxed state, and then let your breathing just flow normally, like you're flowing with the natural rhythm of life itself. And then I want you to see yourself as a child off in the distance playing. You can imagine yourself on a playground or out in a field picking flowers, or whatever it is that made you feel joy when you were young. And just observe yourself in a joyful state as a child. And then I want you to go out to where this child is and meet this child and watch their face light up when they see you, and watch how joyful they are to see you, and let them infuse you with the joy that is your birthright. And just stay there as long as you can. You could talk to your child, your inner child, or you could just sit and observe them some more and just stay in that joy as long as you can. And then when you come out of your meditation, take it as far into your day as you're able to. And do this meditation for as long or as short a period of time as you want, and as many times as you want. And, leave me some comments. Let me know how this impacts you and how you feel in your day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.